Hello, I'm Tom and welcome to the channel. This is episode 8 of Making a Morgan, and in this episode I'm going to be making the door skins. They're made from steel and they're laid over the top of the ash frame there. So the old ones have corroded away and a nice bit of rubber sealant has been used to fix them. So I'm going to talk you through the processes that are involved in this. Pretty simple construction. Hopefully you enjoy the episode, and at the end that'll be the whole body complete then. Okay, so the first thing I've got to do is make 2 sets of these. These are your panels that fit on top of your ash frame. So what they do is they create a lip all around the panel, and then this is what the door skin will fit to. So it's just a wrapped edge, and that is all there is. There's 4 pieces there. As you can see, they go over the hinges like so, and that then creates your door frame. For this I'm just using 1mm steel, and these are just offcuts that I had from making the scuttle panel. There's no point using a decent piece of steel, might as well use these offcuts. They're the perfect size, so it saves wasting a good piece. So this is my bench shear. I paid 30 quid for this off Facebook. Awesome bit of kit, really handy. One of probably my most used tools in the workshop, and great for doing simple cuts like this. Right, okay, so I've got all my bits marked out now. This is your most important piece because you've got to mark the hinges out. So I'm going to use a divider, mark them up accurately, and then lay it on here and just mark the edges of the hinges, and then I'll cut them pieces out. Okay, now I'm going to pin it on. All they've done is use 8 pins to hold that in place. The only thing I've got to be careful of are these screws here. So just put a line there, so I want to avoid that. Just using a very simple panel pin like that, with a centre punch where I want them. They can be anywhere, any random pattern you want, you know, as long as it holds that piece nice and tight. We don't want these edges lifting, so that's quite important. And that's pretty much all there is to it. So once we hammer them in, we've got to make sure that they are completely flat or even sank in a little bit, because the skin is going to rest on top of this, and we do not want any pinheads coming through our skin when we wrap it over. Okay, quick tip, which is going to become quite important and very handy when I come along this edge here and the one along the top, is I've got this simple tool made out of a thin piece of steel. The flat is then going to run along the edge of the ash frame, whereas the bent point is then going to scribe my material, showing me the edge. And then that should show you the edge of your ash frame, so you then don't end up making the mistake of putting it into no man's land there. Okay, so I've got the panels pinned on all the way around the door frame there. As you can see, hopefully the camera can pick that up. I've just chamfered that edge there and along there. That just makes for a better transition when you knock the panel over. You don't get a big step in the panel. So all the heads are knocked in. Everything's all been trimmed around the hinges. It all lines up nicely. When I open it all up, it all clears the body, so that's good. All looks good up the side, and if you can just see the back of the door there. So that is now ready for me to mark out the door skin, add some shape to it, fold up the edges, and start the next stage. So the next stage I've moved on to is making the outer skin. As you can see there, I've cut a piece, the rough shape of the door, and now I'm about to mark the hinges. This is quite crucial because obviously it then sets everything up for how you go on to make the door, and you've got to mark it right so you leave enough material all the way around. And again, the hinges have got to be spot on, because otherwise it'll foul on here when you open up the door. You don't want it touching around this area here. Okay, so this is what I was after, my panel up against the hinges there. So I just turn the door over, and this is the result I wanted. So I now have enough material all the way around. So I'm now going to mark with a scriber around the edge, and then I'll go around with my dividers and probably leave like a 10mm lip, maybe ever so slightly bigger. We always left more material to put the pins through on this top edge, and the rest just only has to be a nice thin edge as that gets wrapped. So it doesn't need to be huge, otherwise it just makes it harder to form. Okay, so the skins are all cut out, trimmed down to size. So now it's time to put them through the roller and add a bit of shape to them. Okay, I've got the roller set up, and I'm simply just going to go in a X formation like that. I'm going to start here, end here, start here, end over here. And that is all the shape that's required for the door. As you can see, there's no shape, it's a completely flat panel, and I'll show you after how much this simple process puts in. Again, we only want a subtle curve, we just want that panel to pop out, and this is all we gotta do. there probably doesn't come across on the camera, but is enough, so it's just fighting itself there. There's a lot of tension in that panel, and that there, when all the edges are knocked up, is enough shape in that panel. Hopefully that comes across on the camera. Just bend that up to 90 and we'll knock the rest over. Okay, I'm going to use a swager for this bottom edge. Just a hint, if there's anyone that wants to sponsor the channel and help me get a new swaging machine, Ginny wheel, I'd love one. I don't like this one at all. The guide on it's terrible. I just don't like these machines. So I'm in the market for a new one, if anyone's watching. Basically, I want to use the wheel and just break the edge along the bottom. What I mean by break the edge is just put a nice sort of crease in there. That will then allow me to knock the edge up cleanly. If I don't do this and try and knock this over the steel frame that I've got, I'm then going to end up with distortion, like warpage, creases through the panel, and it's just going to look awful. So doing it this way, it just starts that edge off, and all you have to do is just knock it the rest of the way, and it'll save you getting any marks on the back edge. So I'd rather do this freehand than try and use this guide that I've got. So it's going to take me a little bit longer, but if I'm just really careful and I follow the line, it should be a nice neat finish. Hopefully you can see that on the camera. Okay, now to start dressing up the panel. As you can see where I folded it, what I want to do is knock that edge back, use a dolly, and then just dress that edge up around again. At the bottom here, just going to break that edge back, use a larger block there, put it up against my line, knock the edge up, and just dress that up nice and tight, a nice edge around there. Obviously got to do that on all the corners there, and then it's ready to put on. Okay, before I go full steam into just knocking all the edges over, I'm literally just going to tap the edge over on all sides, just in a little bit, and then that'll just pinch that skin on, and it's going to stop it moving about. What I don't want to do is commit to one side straight away, and it ends up moving over there. So by this way we just eliminate the panel moving and it fits where it fits, and it's just the right way to do it, I think. When I get it to that stage, I don't want to knock it all the way down. That's probably, I don't know, 80%. I'll get it all like that, and then what I'll do is then transfer to a different hammer, and then I'm going to do my final pass where I make sure everything is nice and tight. It's an even hammer blow. I haven't got marks in my panel. I just nice, even and consistent finish, and it's just a really nice finish to the inside of the panel once you're done. Okay, so that's what I mean by just tucking it around that ash frame bit there. Look in the back there. So now that's all ready, I'm literally just going to run the file over it, take a couple of the little edges off, and that would be ready to put on the car. Okay, and there we have it. So it's all cleaned up now. All the edge. It's gone over with a light file and DA. You see, just finished off nicely. I just put a little edge around it, just makes it pop out. But that is the panel all complete. Just by adding that little bit of shape into it really makes a difference. If that was a completely flat panel, it'd look awful. If anything, it'd be sucked in through here. So just by adding that little bit of shape really makes it pop out. Okay, that's it for episode 8 on making a Morgan. I don't know if there's going to be any more episodes after this one, as the bulkhead's not that great. I'm just doing a quick repair on that. I don't think it's really worthy of sort of sharing. Whether I restore the chassis or not, I don't know. I'm going to put it up for sale as it is. If it goes, then that's great. If it sticks around for a while, then I might do a video on repairing the chassis. So I don't know how many videos there are going to be left of the Morgan. But as for the door, a very simple video, very quick process. There's not a lot to it really. It's just about executing the little bits right, and then you just keep getting them processes right, and you end up with a nice result. I'm happy with the way all the edges have turned out on the inside. You know, it's very little cleanup on the outside. You know, it just fits nicely on the scuttle. It's up against the panels where it needs to be. It doesn't foul on the front panel there. So all in all, I'm very happy with the result. I think it looks stunning up against the scuttle panel and the quarter panel. So whoever does end up buying this Morgan, I wish them all the best, and they've got themselves a very good car. So that's it. So fingers crossed it sells, and then I can buy my next project. So a little insight, I'm after an Austin 7. So if anyone has a chassis for an Austin 7, that is what I'm after. A rolling chassis would be a bonus. And yeah, so that is where I want to take the next project. I want to do a special body, boat tail, go over the top really. Let's make something that's really nice so I can get on the old English wheel, show loads of techniques and build something quite special. That'll be for myself. I've never made anything for myself, so this will be a keeper, and that's why I'm after an Austin 7. So if you know of one within the UK, I'm willing to travel, please let me know. So that's where I want to take the channel. So yeah, thanks for watching. Go check out my Instagram page, Metal Shaper Tom. Loads on there that I do at work. I'm just doing a Bugatti body at the moment, so that's really cool. Just got some new hats, hoodies, stickers, so if you're interested, again, let me know. I've got a PayPal account if you want to tip me, so everything is greatly appreciated. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.